back to another video and welcome to Sammy G's World of Cinema. Today on the channel, guys, I'm going to be doing another film review for the channel. This is something I haven't done for so long. I think the last film review I did, to my knowledge, was Moonrise Kingdom, part of my Wes Anderson review series, so it's been long overdue doing one of these film reviews, and this is something I want to do more of for the channel as well, guys, because don't get us wrong, guys, I'm loving doing the Unwatched Shelf series. I'm loving doing these physical media updates and what have you, but I just want to do more videos talking about the movies themselves, because obviously this channel wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for a thing as movies. So I wanted to kind of spice up my content here and do a review, and I think also kind of what's really got me with the ball rolling with this as well is because part of the Unwatched Shell series, I kind of like pick a title out of the hat and I give my brief thoughts and my brief review of it, and that kind of does, in one way, could warrant a like film review itself, part of that video. This has kind of inspired me to get back onto doing some more film reviews, and I am going to actually say, guys, if you want to, and I'll mention this again in another video, if you have got any suggestions of what you want me to review, or a recommendation that you want me to kind of review for the channel, absolutely, I would love to hear that in the comments down below, because it kind of just gives me that extra oomph to kind of do more film reviews for the channel and share my thoughts on that. So by all means, guys, if you want to put some recommendations or requested reviews in the comments down below there, you're more than welcome to do that. So I thought it would be a great way to kind of tap back into rhythm here and to review the absolutely classic The Graduate from 1967. Now, I went to go and see this at Cineworld in Newcastle last night, and was it my best viewing of this film yet? Let's find out. So, Graduate came out 1967. It is directed by Mike Nichols, I think it's Nichols. Apologies if I butchered that name there, I do apologise. And it is starring Dustin Hoffman, Catherine Ross, Anne Bancroft, and William Daniels. So the film is about Benjamin, I think, what's his surname? Benjamin Braddock, who is just graduated from college, and his family are giving him like kind of like a house party and a kind of a bit of a warm reception to kind of celebrate his kind of graduation, and he's kind of looking at kind of his future plans, what he wants to go on next. And then out of the blue one day, he stumbles upon the most beautiful Mrs. Robinson, played by Anne Bancroft. They start to kind of form a bit of an unlikely sort of like relationship. They're kind of trying to keep this meetups and secret meetings on the down low. A bit of a low profile there is for Benjamin Braddock, that he's keeping a bit of a low profile there when he goes to the I think it's the Taft Hotel, keeping a bit of a hidden identity there when meeting with Mrs. Robinson. Meanwhile, her daughter Elaine is back in town, and Benjamin is kind of there's been an arranged date for Benjamin and Elaine Robinson to kind of go on a date. Elaine Robinson, played by Catherine Ross, and of course Benjamin Braddock, played by Dustin Hoffman there. Things start to kind of spice up in the kitchen, if you like. It's kind of a cool head in a hot kitchen. Mrs. Robinson wants kind of like to still keep the affair that she's having on the cards with Dustin Hoffman as Benjamin Braddock, and she doesn't want things to go out of hand, if you like, when this date has been arranged between Elaine and Benjamin there. So that's a bit about the plot, guys, and The Graduate. Wow, yeah, this is a fantastic film, isn't it, guys? Kind of a bit of a founding father, if you like, of kind of like the indie drama genre. I think this is kind of like a godfather of that genre, because I would even describe this as like an indie drama, in my opinion. I just absolutely love the character work in this film, like Dustin Hoffman, who as Benjamin Braddock, who really doesn't know like what he wants to do in the pipeline, or he's just kind of just settling down and he's just enjoying like I think it's set the summer at the start, and it kind of, when he meets Mrs. Robinson, it just turns his life upside down. It flips it on its head. A turning point for him, that he knows now that he wants to be with this lady, but he's trying to keep this secret affair hidden from everyone he knows and is associated with in the best way possible, if that's the right term of putting it. But yeah, absolutely love the chemistry between Anne Bancroft and Dustin Hoffman. They just make that film all more fantastic on screen. But as well as that, you've got like it's a film of like two halves, where you're focusing on Mrs. Robinson and Benjamin, and then you kind of see that goes into a little bit of a different avenue, where you see the second half of the film, you're focusing on screen time with Benjamin and Elaine Robinson there. So it's kind of a film of two halves. I think, to be honest, I do prefer the first half of the film, but the second half of the film is still very, very good, and obviously leaves on such an optimistic, positive like ending there. And of course it is an iconic ending indeed, that's been referenced in multiple films ever since. Mike Nichols, who I must admit I'm not too all clued up on in his filmography, but I'm going to be so surprised if there's another film in his filmography that could top this, in my opinion. But that being said, I'm sure he's done many, many good films. I think he's done Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and I believe he directed the film Wolf with Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer, and I think a film called Closer. There's a little bit of a pigeonhole and a little bit of a few gaps there that I do need to kind of rectify when checking out like this director's filmography. But yeah, this is just brilliant. A film that kind of like Mike Nichols had such a passion with this book, and he kind of wanted to bring it to like screen presentation, but I think the book was getting frowned upon a lot, and it was getting a little bit of the cold shoulder here and there, and yeah, Mike Nichols, basically, yeah, he thought that this seemed to be like a bit of a fairy tale, like making this film. But I think the producer, I'm trying to think of the producer's name, having worked with, I think, Mike Nichols before, prior to this, he was kind of wanting to kind of help him like work on this project. I've got to say, guys, I just love the soundtrack by Simon and Garfunkel. It is one of the best original song list soundtracks ever put to film. There's just no denying it. It is a beautiful soundtrack that is really kind of just what makes the film it is. I think if you had another artist and another like choice of music genre, I don't think it would have that same effect, and Simon and Garfunkel very much did this film absolute justice, front, left, right and centre here. Every song in this, it really just enhances with what you see on screen at a particular moment in time, wherever Benjamin is visiting at the zoo, or he's like looking around this campus, and you've got that use of the song Scarborough Fair, the extended version, and this is kind of like my favourite part of the film. I love the scene when he's crossing the bridge as well. It's just an absolutely fantastic film. But this film has got a very summery feel about it as well, where it's by the swimming pool, and I just kind of like when the song is played in the background, April Come She Will. It's kind of the way the film is choreographed and layered. I just absolutely love that. You're kind of just following a picture of this relationship and stuff, and yeah, I just love that. But yeah, it's just great. I've got to say as well, guys, who is it here? William Daniels as Mr. Braddock is probably an underrated character there. I kind of, if I had one nitpick with this film, I kind of wanted to see more of his character. But yeah, he does a fantastic job and a pretty underrated character because like Benjamin, Elena, Mrs. Robinson and Mr. Braddock, they are kind of like your key core characters because they're kind of the main four characters you focus on the entirety of the film, which I think it's what works. I think they are the main four characters you follow out throughout this duration. It's just a beautiful film. Like, as I say, it's got a lot of sort of emotional, heartfelt beats in there as well. Waiting to find out when the family, both main families in this film, is going to find out about this secret affair afoot. When Benjamin knows when Elena is coming into town, but she's made this promise to Mrs. Robinson, that is a real wake-up call for him. Make a bit of a rash decision to go somewhere on this date that wasn't quite to be that ideal place in mind. You know, like there is a change in direction there where actually 1 minute Benjamin's thinking, I need to make this promise, but you actually see a bit of a key and change there, and actually no, I do really like Elaine here. So yeah, it's just the acting is really good, and it is just an all-round fantastic film, and it is absolutely hands down my best viewing of this film yet. I've seen this film multiple times, but when you're having that first time cinematic experience of a film that you absolutely love and you're fond of, it just makes it all the worthwhile there, and it really bumps up in that estimate of like kind of like, you know, like compared to previous viewings of films. And yeah, it's just great. I think a film like this really worked with an audience and just made it all the more better the movie it is, and just, you know, like it still stands the test of time still to this day. I mean, this film is getting on turning its 60th anniversary there, and it still holds up. My first time ever watching this film, I remember I was on summer term after my first year of college, and I remember buying the DVD. I think it was Nick, who used to work at Revo Records, saying, Sam, this is a fantastic film. You're gonna absolutely love this film for sure. And yet, Nick was right. I absolutely did, and I have, yeah, just watched this film countless times ever since. So The Graduate, a beautiful indie drama that does deal with it. It's got a couple of like serious dark elements to it as well, but I think that just really comes into the picture with the sheer brilliant acting and performances that this film has got going for it, and it is just wonderfully directed by Mike Nichols. So The Graduate, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. I think this film is just one of them that it's just got that rewatch value to it, and like with many other films out there, I always pick up on something different that I kind of missed like that previous time around. So yeah, wonderful film and highly recommended. I've got a couple of interesting facts here, guys, to share with you. So Charles Webb, the author, was planning on writing a sequel, Homeschool, but then I think he was signing a new contract at the time and he didn't go ahead with his sequel. But I think 40 years later, the extracts that was picked up, and then it was like officially published, but not as its entire thing. Originally, French actress Janine Moreau was in the in the running to be cast as Mrs. Robinson, as was Doris Day, Rita Hayworth and Deborah Kerr. So there you go. Dustin Hoffman was about to be cast in Mel Brooks's film The Producers, and then Nicholas came and said to Brooks that he really wants Dustin to audition for The Graduate because he thinks he would be the perfect part, and yeah, he absolutely is. For the role of Benjamin Braddock, there was a few famous names that was in the running as well to audition as Benjamin. There's Robert Redford, Harrison Ford, Jack Nicholson, Steve McQueen, Anthony Perkins and Warren Beatty were originally considered for the role. The famous wedding scene was highly influenced by the film Girl Shy that came out in 1924. So I thought I would just mention a few interesting facts there when I do my research in prep for these reviews. I love picking up on these interesting trivia there. I believe I forgot to do this when on my last couple of Wes Anderson reviews, but kind of just showing my physical copy and that. But I've got the Blu-ray, The Graduate. I might get the standard 4K of this and that, but yeah, this is a nice Blu-ray copy. Mike Nichols won Best Director at the Oscars, and it was nominated for 7 Oscars and was a winner of 5 BAFTAs, including Best Film. So yeah, that's just my Blu-ray copy there, guys. I'm kind of doing what Alan Scouser would do as well, actually, showing my physical copy during my review. So yeah, really good stuff. And I just thought I'd just show you some art cards as well. Really nice Blu-ray copy of this. This was the 50th anniversary edition. It would have been 2017, I would imagine, you know, so yeah, just some art cards there, guys. They're absolutely stunning. Anne Bancroft on there as well. And yeah, and then we've got a nice little leaflet there as well, guys. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Oh, 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 oh. My Blu-ray copy there. And shockingly, I don't actually have the soundtrack on vinyl. I do need to rectify that. But yeah, got my book copy, and the book is fantastic as well, guys, from Charles Webb there as well. Really fantastic read. I read this it was about April 2021, and it's definitely one I would read again because there's a lot in there that wasn't featured in the film, but as a book it just works perfectly. So yeah, that's my book copy there, which I think I got in Anik bookshop 5 years ago or something. And then there's my VHS copy there as well, and I would like to get the special edition with the art cards for this VHS edition. So yeah, I think I got this in the charity shop in Whitley Bay about last year sometime. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed that review, and this is something I would love to do more of for the channel, doing like these movie reviews here. So do let me know your thoughts on The Graduate. Have you seen The Graduate, and what's your thoughts on it? I would love to know all of that good stuff in the comments down below there. So thanks for watching, cheers for stopping by, and until next time, I'll see you for the next video. Bye bye, take care guys, thank you so much.